ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. So on my sister show called Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails during the pandemic, we did a disco diva show, and one of my favorite guests happens to be this next artist. Billboard has called her the dance artist of the decade. She has 17 number one dance songs and about to be 18 with this new single. She has a mirror, a bottle, and a pen. And is the mirror still broken? Is the bottle still empty? Does the pen know where to start? Kristine W is here.
I love that. Perfect. And my pen don't know where to begin, Robert. We don't know.
I tell you, I listened to you all day today. That song and that particular album I can listen to it from beginning to end, and all of your catalog of hits. Wow. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much. Love that. Thank you.
Right back at you. So before we get into a little bit more of your history and what you're doing and all of the shows and Vegas and all the hits, you have a brand new single. I want to hear about it from the go called Can't Look Back.
Oh, no, you can't look back. No, we're not going that way. Hope will lead us to a brand new day. Yeah, that's the hook. I mean, it's a song to just kick everybody in the pants and go, we can't keep going back and thinking of all the bad stuff that happened. We just got to move forward and have faith in who we are and how strong we are and the things that we've already survived, so we can just keep, we only have so much time on the planet. We got to get out there and make it happen, right, babe?
You just sang that there is no filters, no auto tunes, no mics, no nothing. Your voice is so beautiful. No, truly. So stream it. Can't Look Back. It's about appreciating the day. And is there a more important time than ever, where we've been through so much mess and craziness the past few years, to feel good and to not look back and look forward to better days?
Yeah, it's hard to do. It is really, really hard to do. And I have to remind myself so many times that, hey, wait a minute, we got to shake it off and keep going. You can't sit and regurgitate what's already been. And so it just kept coming up all the time. The words kept coming back up. And, also like even relationships, not just what we went through with in the country, but relationships too. It's hard. Like you can't, sometimes it's hard to let go, letting go is not easy. It breaks your heart. If I could, change my, I've written songs about all this stuff, but, it's just, that's another one of my songs, but, it's good in music. It's good medicine to remind each other we got to keep cracking.
Well, what I read about, and who you telling? I get that completely. You said that this single Can't Look Back is a song. The structure of it is not the way that music is always structured. You're talking about verses, a chorus, a bridge. You put together a classic, timeless number.
I know people keep saying, oh, make the song shorter. Nobody's going to listen to that. Just one verse is fine. And 2 lines in a chorus and repeat it over and over and over, Kristine, because that's all anybody has the attention span for. And I'm like, not everybody is like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who are, they love the messages and they need the messages. So, I love doing that. I love doing that for people.
I love it.
Like that's my job, I don't have a stethoscope and a needle and all these things to fix whatever. You know what I mean? I can't fix your owies, but I can send you some music, right?
You do. You fix it inside. You fix it.
Yeah, the owies in your heart. Yeah, and in your head. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you're just a singer from Pasco, Washington, who ends up touring the entire world, tying and having more number one hits than some, you have put out a catalog of music. When you look back, speaking of not looking back and looking forward, it has to be some wild roller coaster. What a journey and a ride for you.
No, you think about that sometimes. You're like, okay, I remember being in the Hippodrome in London, standing in 5 feet of water, trying to get in the dressing room, and all these famous stars were around. Nobody knew who I was. They wouldn't even let me in the dressing room. And I'm, meanwhile, my great outfit with all my feathers and everything that, the water is going, up and up. And I'm like, my costume is going to be ruined. But thankfully it looked like cuffs. But it was just, we've come a long way from standing at the door banging on there going, my name's Kristine W. And they're like, we don't know who you are. I'm like, they thought I was some crazy drag queen because I'm in this wig and all these feathers and all this. And they like locked me out. So, but then, once they figured it out, I had to start singing just like I did to you. I had to go, feel what you want it to be, what you want it. And that's the only way I got in the door. That's all, because they knew the song.
That's a song. I'm from New Jersey. You can be at the Sound Garden in Lodi, New Jersey, and that song is being played. Was played all the years that I was there, for sure. When you and then to start from that, and then you build this following. But Kristine, as this little queer guy here, you have always been such an advocate and embraced by this community, and you have embraced this community as well. You have sung at prides and parades and events across this entire world. What has that audience been like, and why has that always been a part of your message and mantra to put out music for everybody?
Well, I mean, I think it's, I really am. I could really relate with the gay community because I was in Vegas and I was performing outside of a drag show, and I was friends with all the drag queens, and they were impersonating Reba McEntire and all these different artists, and I just loved them so much, and I ended up spending all my breaks because I wasn't 21 yet, so I was going to UNLV and going to school. So I had my own band. They hired my band, my college band, to perform, but I could not go on the floor. You can't go out of the dressing room. So I would just go up the back way and watch the drag shows, and I became friends with all of the drag shows. And Russ George was my favorite one, and he was my best buddy. We're still buddies to this day, and he was doing Liza Minnelli and Marilyn Monroe and all this kind of stuff. And, I met so many great performers, and we would talk about makeup and fishnets and wigs and just everything, and it was just so much fun. So they were my family, so it's and then when I started having, friends would say, oh, I got diagnosed with AIDS, this is happening, that's happening. I was writing the album Land of the Living, and that's kind of how that happened. It was like, but I'm glad to be alive in the land of the living. Can't believe that I've survived, still alive in the land of the living. That's when people were starting to, in 97, starting to realize that the meds were coming out and they could live, So, I was just reminding people there's hope, there we go, that word, hope, So that's why I wrote it. And so many, I saw the city, the lights have lied, It's a bittersweet song. It's kind of about show business, but it's also about my friends, what they were going through and things like that. It's tied it all together to make a song that could encourage. Yeah.
Well, it still rings as true as it did back in the 90s, because we still are in this fight, and we are still trying to make people healthy and be seen and have equality around this, no matter who you love. And that is an anthem. It is we listen to it. I listen to it all day. We've
done so many fun remixes of it too. I love it, and they featured it during World Pride in New York. They had it on one of the floats, and it just makes me happy. That
every Pride. It will be played at every Pride for the rest of time.
I always play my shows, because if I don't, people will be like, you didn't play my song. Feel What You Want and Land of the Living. I always have to put those in the show.
We need it. Well, speaking of shows, I have not had the chance to see a live Kristine W show, but I hear you throw down. You put on a
have it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What is your thought process with 17 #1 dance songs, with a catalog of music that goes into literally hundreds of songs you've written? How do you build a show? What is the process when it's like, all right, I'm ready to get on the road, or I'm ready to do my Vegas residency? How do you put together a live act?
Well, I've got my studio. This is part of the studio here. That's why people are coming in. That's an engineer in the background. So we have, we're always creating music all the time. We have a great big room where there's about 20 feet of mirrors, 20 feet long, and then we have about 12 feet high in mirrors. So that's where we do all the choreography and the visual things. And then we write the songs. And sorry, it's a little crazy in here because it's a secret studio. Things are happening. But it's really it's a neat creative process. So we focus on the visual part, we write the songs, and then you try to bring the songs to life for the shows with different choreography and different ideas and props and costumes. Jeffrey DeBarathy's my stylist; he's a genius. And yeah, so and I've worked with a lot of great choreographers, and blessed to have worked with a lot of them. So we get and working with new ones now too. So and it's a really magical, fun thing to be a part of.
Yes, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see you live. I need to see it. If you look at videos of you and your shows on YouTube or online, one of friend of our show that was with you forever, James Harkness, wrote me the second after I had you on. And
great choreographer, great dancers in my Vegas show for years, and I love him so much. Now he's a big star on Broadway.
A big Broadway star, because he said to me when I talked to you last, he said, Kristine W taught me so much about show business and about putting on a show, and we had the best time of his life doing your show. Because
yeah, we had a great time, and I just knew he had it going on, and I kept always telling him, you could be a Broadway star. I told him that many of them, and they went on to Michael Balderrama. There's been a lot of them, and they've all gone on to be Broadway stars, and so that makes me happy to do that, and to recognize their gifts and encourage them, and we're just kind of like a showbiz family, honestly.
Yeah. For real. And talk about family. You really have created, Vegas is like New York, or it's a tough town. There's a lot of entertainment. There's a lot of, and you've made it, there's a Kristine W Day in June there for you. That's been there. You have won many awards as being the best show to see on the Strip, etc. What about the energy of Vegas draws you in? What is it about being out there? I know I can get in trouble out there.
Yeah, the reason why I've made a home base here is because of the caliber of the musicians that are here, live musicians. Also, the caliber of the dancers. They're not just dancers; they're show people. They know they're show women. They know how to put on a show. It's great to be a great dancer, you get all the moves, and same thing with musicians. There's a lot of fantastic musicians, but they can't sell it on stage. They don't make it fun. And so that's really the reason why I stayed, is because there is a plethora of talent here, and when you go in the recording studio and you get a guitar player, you're going to have a great player. You can go because you can go and listen to it live in a show or a band that they're with. And you don't have to wonder, oh, what are they going to do in the studio? I don't know if they can do this solo, if they can do this, rhythm lick or whatever. Same with horn players, with just there's a lot of great musicians here, great dancers, great singers. So it makes me happy because I'm kind of surrounded by the greatest.
Nothing.
Not everywhere. They're everywhere. They're in Broadway. They're in New York. They're in LA. They're everywhere. But just there's more shows. There's more stages. So there's more opportunity for people to get up and perform live. Yeah.
Well, performing live and recording music, I mean, we've already said 17 dance number ones, 22 top 10 dance hits, and you're still writing and you're still putting out music. So when you write, because you write a lot of these songs, it's not just, she's not just singing, everybody. She is writing. So where do you get inspiration? How do you do it? Do you have a notebook by your nightstand? Do you sing into your phone? What is your process?
Well, like for instance, By My Side, that's going to be the next single, pretty sure. Right there by my side, taking me where I want to be, right there by my side. It's about friendships. It's about loyalty. It's about the people that don't run when bad crap happens to you. They stick right in there with you. They're about, the ones that are loyal, and loyalty is such a gift. It's so precious. It's hard to find friends or family. I mean, it's hard to find people like that. You may go the wrong way down the road of life. I might be on my own, but I'll never be alone because you're there. You're right there by my side. And they encourage you and they get you through all the hard times. It's easy to be someone's friend and run around when things are great and party and whatever. But when the shit hits the fan, that's when the people run like rabbits. Yeah. So I wanted to celebrate those people in our lives.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the new song. If you want to, go to Kristine W PSTPLUS.com, and you can follow and stream. And the music that we're talking about is wherever music is heard, and no matter what platform you use, go stream the music, listen to the music, watch the videos and all of it. Just be the whole Kristine experience.
Yeah.
When you see your music that's been, you've been very public about your own life, and you put it into, if it's through your medical diagnosis and fighting what you've been through in your life, and with family, you have been so public, and you put all of that emotion into your music. There's songs for all of it. Has that been a conscious decision? Do you just borrow from life and just, it's a form of therapy?
It's a form of therapy, but I felt like God kind of blessed. He definitely blessed me with me walking out of UCLA after being there for a year. I mean, I fought like a tiger to live. And leukemia is just, blood cancer is such a brutal disease for people to fight. It's just a horrible one. It's not like something you can cut out. It's in your blood, and it's just and it was hard to watch the people around you pass away. And it was just, it just taught me that I was very blessed to. Well, I guess I rolled out of there, but I got out of there, and my doctor, I was saved. I mean, I feel like the staff at UCLA saved me. Dr. Mary Torito was my main doctor, primary doctor, and just I felt like I'm supposed to bring good news to people and bring positive light to people, and I felt I was saved to bring my gift, and no matter how hard it was, and it was really hard to get back and get out in front of an audience and get well and get my hair back. And I mean, I was a mess. I was maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. I was really a disaster. So I just feel like I was supposed to be here, and that's why I'm writing positive songs. And,
yeah,
I'm blessed. God saves us. God gives us a mission, and we all have one, and he gives us these gifts, and we're supposed to take it out there. It's not easy. Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, right?
that is 100% true. You're such a pleasure. You're so inspirational through your personal journey and through your music. I mean, you have given millions of people so much joy.
You're a sweet man. And next time I'm in your area, you better come out to the show and hang out with us backstage.
That's it. When you're I'm 1 mile from New York City in Jersey. So whenever you're on the East Coast, or if I find my way in Vegas, it's on. You better watch out. I'm ready.
Cool. I'm supposed to mention I'm going to be with Debbie Gibson at the Metro Ball in Dallas. The new single is By My Side. The new album is everybody keeps going back and forth about the title, but we'll get that sorted out. And we are mastering songs. We've got 7 songs mastered already for the album, so we're getting at the tail end of it. And James Herr, our British producer, is the lead producer for By My Side. John Keenan's got a mix. Dirty Vegas has a mix. Got to remember everybody that's doing mixes. Eric Bryn in Canada. So just kind of, talking. Got to throw it out there.
on Instagram and on your website, Debbie Gibson, Kristine W. If you're in Dallas, you need to grab a ticket and then follow and go to the website and stay on top of things, because a new album, new music, new shows, new everything. It's on its way.
You're going to have one of my dear friends that I absolutely adore. You're going to have Ultra, I guess, on your show as well. Is that right?
She is on. Her interview is airing at 7:00 tonight. And
my gosh, fantastic! I just love her. We've had so much fun. We've done shows together, and she's just such a talented, amazing person.
Well, I love a dance diva like yourself, because it's just music that makes me smile and nod my head and not feel as old as I am.
Okay, so I'll give you a little flavor of the new single. Okay.
Yes.
Right there by my side, taking me where I want to be. You're right there by my side. Robert, there you go.
Oh, Kristine W. I will follow you. I'll be by your side anywhere you go. I promise. That's a deal.
All right. Woo, love you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here, and see you so soon.
Okay, I'm going to get back in the studio, and we're going to keep it cracking.
Hey, we need music. Yes.
Robert, thank you so much.